Welcome to the Pierce Zone at Firematic TV. My name is Bill Proft. I'm with Pierce Manufacturing. I'm going to spend a few minutes right now going around the rescue truck we have in the Pierce booth here at FDIC. This truck is being shown courtesy of Kern County, California. It's one of our Quantum chassis products. We're going to spend a little time at first going around the cab itself. You'll notice that this is a 3-door cab. That's because the rear portion in the crew cab area is set up as a command post, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. But first of all, because there is no door here on the side, the department asked us to utilize the space that would have otherwise been occupied by the steps for an SCBA bottle storage area, so they can store 6 additional bottles here in this particular area. As we go around to the front of the truck, this department, this truck is going to be used for urban search and rescue, has a lot of tools and equipment on here for below-grade rescue and things of that nature. You'll see that there are 3 receiver tubes on the front bumper, each of which is capable of containing a 9,000-pound capacity winch. We have a toolbox in the front bumper, and then there's a 15,000-pound front-mounted winch, hard-mounted between the frame rails here. So this can be used in addition to a portable winch in the receiver tubes. As we go around the side of the truck, with our Quantum cab, as many people know, when we open our doors, our steps tilt down from underneath the cab, which gives us a smooth floor up on the interior. That's particularly nice in an application where you're going to have a crew cab area turned into a command center, because it gives you that smooth, flat floor. So as you go up inside the cab and you have officers or personnel seated up in here, they have no fear of falling into a step well because they do have that smooth floor. Inside this particular truck, we have a command chair, a desktop that's all stainless steel, and then we have an overhead cabinet here on the ceiling, and then around behind me, there's a couple of drawers that are file drawers. This seat is set up with seat belts, so it can be occupied while the vehicle is in motion, and it does turn in its position here so that we can get access to the file cabinets. If we go back and look at the body, this happens to be a 26.5-foot aluminum heavy rescue body. It's a tandem axle truck, so we have some unique storage compartments then over the rear wheels. We go through the compartment. First of all, up front here in this passenger side front compartment, there are 2 cord reels. The first one here is a electric cord reel with 200 feet of 10-4 cable on it. Immediately behind it is a large diameter reel with 1-inch hose, and this is to provide air power for air tools on the truck. The power for this, or the air supply for this, comes from a compressor that is driven by the PTO on the truck off the transmission. It's capable of producing 185 pounds per square inch. We have 4 tool boards in the front compartment. The controls, we have a control here also for an auxiliary fuel pump. One of the requirements for this particular department was to have an auxiliary gas tank in this truck to power, or to be on scene when they need the extra fuel. So we have a pump here to discharge that fuel, and right here is the nozzle for that. The rest of these compartments are pretty much filled with a complement of tool boards, shelves, trays, things of that nature. Will all be outfitted by the department once they get it back. In the over-the-wheel compartment, very large tool board on a utility tray. This is a 2-way utility tray, so it'll extend 2/3 of its depth out either side of the truck. So the personnel on scene can get access to the equipment from either side. This one's a little more unique. A special shelf up here to hold different kinds of tools, long tools. Because we have almost 8 feet of width here on the truck, you can have things like pry bars and small shovels that can be stowed in that area. This is a relatively simple compartment, only 1 adjustable shelf in there. And then finally, at the front, another complement of shelves. In the fender panel area, we have storage for 2 SCBA bottles, but in addition, we have 2 receiver tubes that are set up to also handle 9,000-pound portable winches. So we have that capability also on both sides of the truck. These tubes are fastened directly to the frame rails, which gives them all the rated capacity that they need. They are rated to a safety factor of 2 to 1. Also below the truck on each side, we have another receiver tube for portable winches, and there are 2 more at the very rear of the truck. So this department is capable of plugging in a portable winch in a number of locations on both sides and at the front and the rear of the truck. So no matter how the vehicle is parked, they should be able to plug a winch in a spot where it's accessible and very easily used. As we go around to the rear of the truck, we have an access ladder for the roof. Up on top, we have 6 unique storage boxes, different sizes and shapes to meet the needs of the department. And in addition, down the middle of the truck where the walkway area is, there's a 14-foot long storage compartment for lumber that's of a larger length for below-grade rescue applications. In addition, there's a light tower on the top with 9,000 watts worth of light heads, and also the cooling tower for the compressor that I mentioned earlier. Rear compartment is set up for folding ladders, pike poles, a number of other pieces of long equipment, and then there are individual slots here for plywood storage. So again, used for below-grade rescue. As we move then to the passenger side, one of the requirements for this department was to have a ramp in the rear compartment here to be able to load and offload a special tool cart. So we can pull the cart up on top here, and we'll stow in this position. The ladder or the ramp then folds up and is stowed on top of the slide-out tray, and the whole tray can slide back into the truck. So we made a special depth compartment here to accommodate that requirement. And again, a number of shelves and then slide-out trays. This rear over-the-wheel compartment is pretty much your control center. This is where the breaker box is for the PTO-driven generator. We have controls also for the air compressor, and then a number of plug-in areas or 120-volt receptacles as well. The next compartment is just the transverse compartment that we had from the other side with the 2 tool boards. This forward compartment houses a number of utility trays. These extend about 2/3 of the width of the truck across. And then the actual compressor is down below here. The forward compartment up on top mimics the passenger side compartment in that we again have another electric cord reel, another air hose reel, and then we have a set of drawers here for a lot of small tools, different sizes, different capacities. A little bit finally about the chassis itself. This again is a quantum chassis product. It's a 515 horsepower engine. An EVS 4000 transmission is on here. 24,000 pound front TAC 4 suspension, and then the rear is a 40,000 pound tandem axle. Also on both sides of the truck we have an electric awning. These awnings have, you can see perhaps up on the front corner of the body, there's a little anemometer. These are set up to, they're electrically operated, and when wind speed reaches above 25 miles an hour, those awnings will be pulled back in automatically. In addition, there's also a couple of rope eyes at the rear of the truck, each one rated for 3,000 pounds of pull, and those are on the opposite side as well. Below the truck, on both sides, we have underbody storage boxes. Can be used for a number of different applications. These all have slide-out drawers. Again, typically used for shoring or wheel chocks, things of that nature. And that pretty much concludes the walk around here with our heavy rescue in the Pierce booth. We hope you enjoyed it, hope it was informative, and we look forward to seeing as many of you as we possibly can here in the Pierce booth at FDIC. Thank you.